Hello, my resilience family. It has been a minute, but here we are for a fresh, brand new episode. I hope life has been treating you well. And guys, I'm excited. I'm excited for what's happening in my world, what God is doing, and for this awesome guest we have tonight. Guys, if you're ready for some resilience, for some inspiration, some encouragement, some edification, it's here tonight. It is here tonight. So much ado, guys, I will like to welcome the president, the CEO, the founder of Housing Consultants of America, guys, and also running for Mrs. Arizona. Yeah, guys, I had to throw that in there. I want her to talk about it because we all have facets of our life and what we've been through, and I want you to see the other side. So, Gina, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Great. I'm excited to be here. It's been what a week, and I'm excited to just have a conversation with you. We've got so much to talk about.
I know, right? We do. So before we dive in, just let the audience know a little bit about you, who you are, what you do.
Yes. So my name is Jenna Ghisolfo. Like you said, I'm the founder of Housing Consultants of America, but backing up a little bit about me, besides running a business and being an entrepreneur, which is, always a day-to-day challenge and keeps me on my toes. My story started 19 years ago where I actually was in an abusive relationship and couldn't find a way out. So my only way out was to live in Section 8 housing. It was actually, get this, a woman at Walmart who led me to Section 8 housing. She overheard a conversation of me struggling, pointed out a property and kind of guided me. I almost feel like she was my guardian angel at that moment and led me right to where I needed to be. And living in Section 8 housing gave me a second chance, It gave me a second opportunity at life to start over and to really reestablish myself. And at that time I had an infant son, and so it was very hard for me to do this on my own, is the best way to put it, right? That's what we as women, we get all empowered, and when we're on a move, when we're on a mission, we know we can accomplish anything. And that's exactly what I set my mind out to do, is to have this fresh start, to rebuild this life. And that's exactly what I did, is I dedicated my career to the same organization that gave me a second chance. And so I started working in Section 8 housing and public housing, learning as much as I could, working with residents, people that were living on the streets, hearing their stories. And Dawn, let me tell you, some of these stories are heart-wrenching.
Yes.
I mean, because homelessness isn't just one person. It doesn't come in one shape or size. It is all shapes and sizes.
Yes, different facets of life. Yes. Yeah. And I'm glad you're here talking about this, because I want to say the world, maybe some parts of America, you just have this picture of what you think is happening and everybody's abusing the system, blah, 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 blah. But life really happens. And sometimes it's hard to pull yourself back up, to get that fresh start, like you were saying. Yeah.
Well, and to do it by yourself, which is even harder. I mean, I had the support of my family, but physically I was alone doing it by myself. And so to have enough courage and strength within myself to say, I'm done. Yeah. This isn't right. I need to provide myself, my son, with a better life. I know it's out there. And even if that means I have to start at the very bottom and work my way back up to the top, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It just means I need to give myself that second opportunity.
Yeah, that is awesome. So before we dig more deeper in this, I would like to know, what is your meaning, your definition of resilience?
Oh, I love that question. Like, that is such a gut question. So for me, resilience it's another word for courage. And strength within, and so that's what I love the word resilience. It's all in capturing of what so many women have gone through and what they go through on a day-to-day basis. And so I absolutely love the word. I think it absolutely describes what so many go through right now.
Yes, I love that courage. That's good. That is good because it does take a lot of that. Oh my goodness. Like you're saying, you being a single parent, and you hit rock bottom and you trying to figure out what's what, where do I go and how do I provide, for my child, your son.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what does starting over even look like? It's, I hadn't paid and set up even my own utilities or my own cell phone bill, like little things like that you don't think about until you're in the moment going, oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm doing this. I've got to figure this out because there's no one else to do it.
Yes. So, okay, for some women and men currently that's in abusive relationships who feel stuck, what would be some advice? Like, what's some of the first steps you recommend taking to move forward to safety and stability?
That's a good question. So I'd say the first step is recognizing your resources and finding those resources so you know what you can tap into. And, right now with AI, there's ChatGPT, Google, you can find the resources left and right in your community.
Yes.
But I would say find those resources so you build up your sense of community, your support system, your support team. So then you feel more supported when you go to make the next step, and you've got the team members by your side holding your hands and walking you through the situation, because doing it on your own is incredibly hard. So having a team behind you, a support team, is so incredibly important. That I like to call it my community, because they just rile behind you and help you get through the next phase.
That is good. That is good. I actually did an episode about that, having a community. We all have to find our community. Like, you really do. Because sometimes it's a lonely journey, life itself, and you do end up thinking, I'm out here by myself and ain't nobody caring. No, it's me, but but I say that, find you some community,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It could be your neighbors, or it could be, a service provider that's helping you find clothing for a job interview, whatever it might be. Find your community. Yes, a church that you're going to, a community member, whatever. You can find community in all avenues. You just have to be open to receiving those friendships, receiving that guidance. That's the key factor.
Yeah. Oh my God. Breaking them cycles. That is good. That is good. That is good. Community. That is good. So what are some of the biggest challenges you faced on your path to becoming, I'm going to just say it, a national leader in your field?
I love it. I love it. Honestly, I was the biggest barrier. It wasn't anybody else.
Good.
It was me. It was always me. There was no one physically being a barrier to me. It was always me challenging myself to be bigger, better, and greater. And I still am that way now to this day. If I set goals, I accomplish them. It's like, well, wait a minute. God is so good. Now what else can I do? Like, let's make this dream even bigger. All right, let's expand our avenues and our scope of work, and it just blossoms into something bigger. I mean, I never imagined that my company, it was just meant to be me. It was never meant to be anybody else. And now here we are, a national company with over 80 consultants on our team. Like, this wasn't ever the vision until a few years ago. It is all from me, God led, and just all I do is sit back and say, yes to the opportunities that arise.
Wow, 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 wow. Well, thank you, Anne Marie. She says she's so lucky.
I love it,
So let's talk about moving yourself out the way. How did you manage that? Like give us, man, just something. How to move yourself out, because I want to say that's one of the biggest things to anything we're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just speaking about that today, about moving myself out the way,
Yes.
so I could grow. You know,
right? We are our own biggest challenges, but at the same time, we're our own best cheerleaders. And that's what I always had to remind myself was, no matter what, I can accomplish this. I just had to have faith. I just had to remind myself I can do this. There's nothing physically stopping me. It's all a mental game. So as long as I can just overcome the mental challenges, I'm good. I'm good.
That is good. I am so glad you spoke about the mental challenges, because we can get locked in our minds. The overthinking, the racing thoughts, you know, it could turn into something more deep, you know. And when we go back to community, reach out to counselors, therapists. I just want to say they're all part of that community, part of this team you need to walk this thing, this journey, you know, of life. Anyway, you brought that up, and that took me there, because we need that. We have to start taking care of self, so we can move these barriers. Even if we got a single mama, you know, you might be that single daddy. Hey, you know.
Absolutely. And know that it's okay to ask for help. There is nothing negative about asking for help. It's okay. It is, it's a way of tapping into your community resources. And so that is probably one of the biggest takeaways that I hope people take from today is don't feel ashamed to ask for help. It is just taking the step forward in the path for a better future for you.
That is good. That is good. That is good. Tap into your community resources. Guys, closed mouths don't get fed. I'm just taking that old school saying.
You could have said it better. You could have said it better.
I'm just saying, man. So you know what? Let's put a pin in this, but we're gonna come back to this side. I want you to talk about what you're doing, what your endeavors are you doing right now in your world. I want you to talk about this Mrs. Arizona. I want you to get into that.
Yes. I mean, it was always a bucket list item of mine. I know people have some great, travel items, but for me, it was always a bucket list item. And I got married and just said, you know what, it's time to do it. I've got my community, right? I feel supported. Now let me take on a bucket list item. And I am the United States of America Mrs. Arizona. And I compete, I know, right? I compete for nationals in March of 2026. So it's coming up. We're only 6 months away. And it's in Las Vegas. So it's going to be so much fun. So much fun. And I mean, you talk about community. These are women from all across the country that we get to know, you bond with. It becomes a sisterhood. So it's this other community that I now have of supporters, of loving women who just want to rise everybody up. It's fantastic.
Yes, that is amazing.
I know.
So, ladies out here, my single mamas out here too, guys, your dreams can come true. They really can. If you could see it, you could have it. Have that faith and go after it. And congratulations on everything, because I just heard you say you got married. Anyway.
Yeah, it's all been good. Everything's been great. It's been a great 5 to 10 years. I mean,
wow,
just thriving.
Yes. Thriving. Yes. So be encouraged, ladies. Okay, Dawn, talking to myself, Jana, because I am single. But anyway, anywho. So talk about what you do. Please talk about the Housing Consultants of America. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so it's a company that I run that basically helps individuals that are homeless, whether they're veterans, disabled, whatever it might be, anybody who is not in stable housing, we get them off the streets and put them into places like Section 8. It might be a shelter, it might be public housing, whatever we can do to find them safe, secure housing, if it's for one night, several nights, whatever we can do to just make sure they've got some sort of stable housing. And we get them off the streets and into housing. And it's Dawn, it's beautiful. Like the stories we hear are from individuals that have been sleeping in their car for 6 to 7 months because
Yeah.
it's not that they don't have a job, they don't make enough to afford an
Mhm.
apartment. So, it's not that they're not trying, it's just the cost of living is something so expensive in some places. So,
Yeah.
what I love seeing, and we're going to go back to this word of community, is everybody coming together and saying, okay, hey, we've got this apartment complex. Let's accept and fill it with individuals who need this housing versus
Wow.
somebody who's higher income and might not necessarily need the housing right away. We've got people that are living on our streets that need it right now, this very second. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful process.
This is amazing, and I'm glad this is out here. I wish I heard of it when we talked, previously about my stint, of homelessness and actually trying to find a shelter. It's hard, y'all. Uh,
Yes.
it is hard because they tell you to do one thing and you do that one thing and it gets null and void because there's too many on the list, or they
That's
decide
it.
to close the door early, or up the time or just not open that day. It's rough out here for the homeless population. And even
Yes.
like you're saying, ones that have job and just not making enough. Um, is rough, and I'm glad that you all are out here doing this. I'm glad that we found each other because this is a resource that needs to be known, heard, that's out there, and so many others. Because I'm just thinking of some collaborations. Actually, Gina, I need to write this down right now in my mind. Who I would like to connect you to, just so you all know that you all both are out here, and maybe you all could do something together or grow, or I don't know. Who knows what could come from a collaboration, but we do. We need,
Yeah.
you know, we need more of that out here, collaboration, more housing out here. Like you saying, for the low income, for the homeless, because man, yeah, rent is something else. It is something else out here, guys. But again, you're out here breaking those cycles. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Well,
go ahead.
homelessness can
I
really
want you to
hit,
talk
yeah,
to your heart.
homelessness can really hit anybody. It's what people think is sometimes it's this stigma of individuals who haven't had a job in years or things like that. It can hit anybody in an instant. You could be evicted tomorrow because you might lose your job and can't find stable income for 2-3 weeks. Which
Yes.
in a short term is not bad, but not being able to pay your rent for 1 month can put you on the streets immediately. So
Yes.
I like people to be reminded that it can be your next door neighbor that could be homeless tomorrow. You never know.
Yes.
You never know.
That's real talk. That's real talk. So through your work, you've helped thousands to secure safe housing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share a story of someone whose life was transformed through your advocacy and services?
Oh yeah. So I've got two stories that I always share.
Yes.
One is we provide training to shelters to educate individuals at the shelter how to apply for housing, what they need to be prepared with, what documents they need to bring. So when they show up to the interview appointment, they're prepped and ready to go, and they're not going to necessarily be rejected right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing this training, and one of the women in the training at the shelter started crying when I was doing the training, and I didn't understand why, because we're talking about paperwork here. What could really cause somebody to tear up?
Right.
And she said that she goes, I don't have an email address. And it
Wow.
didn't hit me that you wouldn't even have an email. I mean, I could understand maybe not a physical address, but an email
Right.
address. most people would have. So I stopped the class and I asked, did anybody else not have an email address? Did you know 2 other hands popped up?
Wow.
So 3 women in this class did not have email addresses. So we stopped the class immediately. We went on, we created Gmail accounts for these women. And within seconds, these women were glowing with pride of just having a simple email address, but it was something for them that they could claim as their own. There was no expense to it. It was this moment of pride and joy for them, just over a simple email address. So that's one of my favorite stories to share, in kind of in terms of training. And then the other one that we always share is there was an individual who he was homeless for years. I mean, pretty much the majority of his life was spent on the streets, bouncing in and out of shelters, never really had stable housing. And so this Section 8 community was built nearby downtown where he was staying at a lot of the shelters. He applied and we actually got him in. And it was the first FedEx keys he said he had received in over 53 years.
Wow.
So we have this video of him. It's on YouTube. You can find it. Of him, we slide the keys over and you can just see this older gentleman just break down in tears. And it's such a humbling moment over a simple set of keys.
Wow, that's a blessing. God, that's a blessing. Just to serve. This is your service. This is what your team is doing. They're out here. It's melting my heart. I'm over here like, wow, God, thank you.
And these are the stories we hear all the time. It's what drives me to continue to do what I do. It's hearing these stories, and we do weekly check-ins with our consultants, and so they'll share little stories with us so we can, then share them on our social media or just share them as a team to feel empowered and know, hey, we are doing good. I know there's days where it feels like we're buried in paperwork, but we do move the needle. It just sometimes takes a little bit.
Wow. Yeah. So I'm going to just give you a moment. Share what's on your heart. What would you like the world to know?
Right now it has been such a heavy week. And so I just want to express that we just continue to share empathy across not only the United States, but let's do this as the world, right?
Yes.
We need empathy. We need that sense of community. And so I just encourage not only women, but everyone to tap into that, into your communities, because we are so stronger together than we are apart.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I totally agree. It has been a heavy week. It really has.
Hasn't it? I mean,
it really has. Life.
We need some lightheartedness. I feel like we need something positive.
Yes, so that's what we're doing, Gina. I'm telling your story. I'm sorry. I just get so excited because we need this. I love what I'm doing. I got stuck for a moment. I'm not going to lie, Gina, with what I do. I had to give myself a push, a little boost, a renewal, and to just remember, what I'm serving, my purpose and what I'm doing. But we need this. We need this, some positivity, some light. And like you're saying, that empathy, amazing.
Absolutely. We can always use that.
Amazing. So tell everyone how they could reach you or how they could learn more about what you all doing, your services.
Absolutely. So anywhere on social media, you can find me, Jenna Ghisolfo, or you can contact us at housingconsultantsofamerica.com. If you're looking for housing, or if you're struggling and somebody that's homeless, please reach out to us. We can always get you connected with local resources. Even if we don't have them, we've got resources that can find resources. We've got connections. We can find them. We're that community. So please reach out to us.
That is amazing. Okay. My gosh.
Let's build community together.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's build community together.
Yes, my gosh. So Gina, like I tell all my guests, I just thank you for your time. Seriously, I thank you
Yes.
because we don't get our time back. Thank you for sharing your story, what you're doing out here. Man, it's amazing. It's amazing, and we need to hear it. We need to
We
hear
gotta
it.
live
Thank you.
life. Live life to the fullest, right?
Yes.
Right? That's exactly
Yes.
what we gotta do.
Yes, I totally agree. So, ma'am, I am watching you. I will be cheering you on because
Love
I
it.
think that's amazing what you're going to be doing in Las Vegas next year.
Yes,
What? I
I
just think that's
know.
wow. It's just wow. And I just thank God for having you cross my path. I mean, He is just sending me some amazing, wonderful people, and you are doing some wonderful things in this world. I appreciate you
Thank
and
you.
thank you for
Thank
what you're
you.
doing.
Thank you.
Yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It
yes.
takes a team, it takes a vision, it takes faith and courage, and here we are, and we're not gonna stop.
I agree. So, any
Yep.
last words before we sign off, ma'am?
You know what? I can't wait to do this again. Let's chat soon, and
Oh,
thank you for the
yes.
opportunity.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to revisit this again. Yeah, most definitely take it from another angle. And also, after you do what you do out there in Vegas, we're going to talk
I
about
was just going to say, we'll connect after that. We might have a different show. We might have a different fashion crown to be talking about.
that. Hey.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh. I
Love it.
appreciate you. Thank you
Love
so
it.
much. My resilience
Absolutely.
family.
All
Man.
right. Thank you. I'm glad we got to connect.
Yes. So my resilience family, here we go, guy. Again, our wonderful Gina just enlightened us, spread some life, some joy on us. Man, stay well, y'all. Stay safe. And remember, dreams come true. And remember, you can do anything. Find your community. So stay well, guys. Stay well. Stay safe. And always, always stay resilient, guys.